Hi, I'm Ralph Preston, and today we're welcoming back Rachel Jarmusz, who's a yoga teacher and stroke survivor. And I'm just going to say a couple of things real quick, which is a lot of people are afraid of this. So if you're watching this out in YouTube land, give it a try. If you can't do something, you do what you can do. You adapt it. Rachel's a stroke survivor, like I mentioned. She often offers adaptations, but it's not something to be scared of. Everybody's practice will be different, so just make it your practice. All right, Rachel, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna start here just seated. The one thing that I want to say is make sure that you're on a comfortable chair. Hard seat is preferable. If you're in like a cushiony cheap seat, that's all right. Just find your sits bones. We're gonna spend like 15 seconds or so warming the body here by finding the sitting bones coming from side to side, right? Sit up as tall as you can through your spine and allow your body to come to what you feel like is center. And then rest. The way that this works is we're going to go through 12 poses. You do what you can, you leave the rest. We build kind of each week. Hi, Billy. And so, yeah, like exactly like Ralph said, do what you can, leave the rest, right? You just do what your body will allow you to do. And really, that is what the practice of yoga means, is like allowing what is there to be there without trying to change it, without trying to think about it and make it be something that it's not. It's just simply allowing space. So that's what we're gonna do here as we sit. I want you to feel your feet. So walk your feet out and then walk your feet in if you can. You can even like push or drag. Find your heels though. We're on the heels, we're on the sits bones, and we're up really nice and tall. We're gonna do the chant that we've been doing for the past 2 weeks. If you're just joining us, it's a simple chant to learn. It's just the Om chant, but we split it into 3 categories. So it's A-U-M. We're chanting the A, we're chanting the U, and we're chanting the M. So we'll do that once or maybe twice. The good thing about Zoom is that you can't really hear the chants. They seem to like go to like a frequency that it just like quiets it out. So you can do this. I always hear yoga teachers also say that you can do this in your head. I don't like that so much because I don't feel like it's the same quality, but like if you're a person that is around somebody and doesn't want them to hear you chanting, then just do it in your head. It doesn't have to be like an embarrassing thing. But we start with the letter A, right? So we're sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna take a big breath in and out from our mouth. Do that a couple times. Notice how your shoulders rise on that inhale. And
you just pulled up in front of us.
Nope. UPS did.
letting the breath come out of the mouth. See it if you can here, just close your eyes. Let your body sit. Feel your feet touching the ground. Feel your butt touching the chair. Feel the spine get really tall, long. And try if you can to stay relaxed through the shoulders. We're gonna chant ah when we're ready, right? That's just a practice round. It's the sound ah for A, and you're letting your mouth drop open. I kind of talked through this the whole first time. I won't do that again, but you kind of go A, ah. You can move your mouth around here. Get that ah sound all the way till the end of your breath. So you're only taking one breath. You're not going like ah, ah, ah. you're just elongating that one breath. And if it's very short, then it's very short. You're just gonna sit, pause, and just take all that in, right? So we'll do one little just grounding breath to clear the channels. And now you go at your own pace. This is not like a unison thingy, mandatory 1, 2, 3, go thing. We're gonna allow the breath to be really easeful here. And on our next exhale, we're gonna let out the ah sound, letting the mouth drop open and getting that stretch for the mouth. Find the end of your breath and just sit. Now the U is more of an O. So we're gonna make that cute little Cheerio face that kids make. And just let out a nice O sound, right? Same thing, find your sits bones, feel your feet, maybe move your head around. At this point, the vibrations are starting to like, you know, we're starting to feel it. So let your body really come into this place of moving through anything that you feel kind of tight in your body. Find the soft breath. Now on your next exhale, begin a O sound. Oh, oh, oh. Shake your head like you're saying no. Go a little faster. Allow your head to slow down and start to shake. Yes. Come on back into center and we'll jump right into the letter M. This one is kind of exactly what you would think it is. Pursed lips, kind of like a bumblebee buzzing sound, right? Same thing, clear your breath channels, make your spine tall, feel your feet under you, and find that very soft, delicate, I might even say subtle, find the subtle breath. And on your next exhale, begin the letter M, lips together, absorbing that vibration through the mouth. And like I said, just allow your body to sit. It's almost like you're like basking in something. You might like smirk a little bit, small smile. You're like soaking up all that goodness, right? And then just allow your head to turn. This time, start to turn a little bit more like you're gonna look around your shoulder. Come on back to center and turn the other way. Look around your shoulder. Back to center, do it one more time. Side to side. And then come on back through center here and come down and up. But this time when you're coming down, I really want you to notice your feet. Notice your feet. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna ease into our cat-cow and kind of get our breath moving a little bit more. But in order to do that, we wanna talk kind of about alignment or really get ourselves aligned. So notice your feet, notice your knees, notice your hips, and draw your head, like I said, down, chin to chest. Let yourself rest here, like your forehead is falling towards your thighs. Breathe as if you're breathing in through the back. Feel how the back is expanding here. Inhaling, expansion. Exhaling, contraction. Blow your breath out of your mouth. Take an in breath and then blow out your mouth, like you're blowing out candles. We'll be here just for maybe a cycle of 2. We're never shooting for like 100, or I wouldn't even say 10. Just do 2 or 3. Now, this is where the feet come into play, right? You might be wondering, why was she talking about the feet when we started? But notice your feet here and draw down as much as you can into your feet and into your heels. Let your toes be as relaxed as they possibly can be, and begin to lift your head and send your heart and your chest forward. So bring it up. Shift the shoulders up and back, draw your collarbone forward. You know, a lot of people talk about this action as being contracting the back, squeezing a grape or something through the back, but it's actually more about lifting forward. Feel the heart lift forward. Don't allow the chin to come too far up though. Keep the chin drawing down, but the chest drawing up, and that's kind of a contradictory action. So kind of feel what that feels like. Chest up, chin down. Stomach engaged, core engaged. And then release back into chin to chest. So we're gonna move between these two, right? You don't have to necessarily stay with me. You can kind of go here, here, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Find a little bit of movement here just with our spinal flexion and extension, because we really want to like get the body kind of going, warm things up, move things around. All the way in is what we call our cat pose. That's like belly in, shoulders hunched up. You might think of a cat that you've known or that you have. Shoulders to ears. Exhale deep into the navel. And inhale, lift forward. Extend from the collarbone. Let the chest come forward, heart come forward. And then go right back into it. Chin down. We'll do maybe like 1 or 2 more. If you're doing quick little fast ones, do quick little fast ones. Your pace. We'll move slowly into child's pose here. So in order to do child's pose, we're gonna come on up to a nice big broad cow here. Cow meaning collarbone extended, shoulders wide. Whatever the arms are doing is fine. What I want you to try to do is this, right? Woo. Just that movement, right? It's not this, just this. And it's very subtle, and you might not get much movement from one side, more on one side than the other, and that's all right. But just spend a moment here, just this. Feel that belly expand on your in-breath. Feel how big your belly can get. You know, Buddha didn't have a big belly like for nothing. That was like his big belly breath, his meditation breath. Think of that. And expand, just to create enough little space here for the arms to come away from the body, right? Then go ahead and grab opposite elbows. It doesn't matter which way you're going, like over or under. Just find something that's comfortable. Hold on to your arms and start to just do a little shoulder movement, right? So again, the body is gonna stay from going all the way with it and try to just keep it through the shoulders here. Once you do a few side to side, start to come forward and down. Forward, up. You can even like touch your forehead and then down. Find some sort of rhythmic movement here. Up, down. Now what we're gonna do, and I always turn to the side, but I always tell people don't turn with me, I just turn so that you can see me. Because what we're gonna do here is we're gonna lift up. As we lift up, we're really gonna extend through the rib cage here and start to move forward, almost as if there's something here that we're coming over, right? So play with that movement a little bit. This, forward, and then back. Forward, you're going over that big ball on your lap, and then you're coming back in to your rib cage. Maybe one or two more, just like this. You can even come forward and then do a little side to side. Your shoulders really give you trouble. I do sometimes. But eventually, see, here's the goal with this kind of warm up and build up, is that we're going to get into a really comfortable child's pose by coming all the way forward and then coming down onto the knees, the top of the knees or like the bottom of the thighs. Letting the gaze just look down and letting the belly and the thighs come as close together as they can, keeping the spine straight. Your gaze might be kind of like forward or slightly down. Just breathing, right? It's a comfortable position. Also a working position for the backs of the legs, elongating the spine, giving your digestive organs a little massage. Lots of benefits here, so just be here. Now this is where it starts to get fun because you can really do what you want to do. You don't necessarily have to do what your neighbor's doing or what I'm doing. But you're gonna start to let yourself drop down, forward of the knees, or say perhaps drop your arms down towards the sides of your legs. And you're gonna slowly ease into letting that head drop down. Arms relaxed as possible. There's not a sense of reaching for the floor here. The moment you start reaching, you're gonna start to create tension. So it's mostly just about finding a comfortable position to kind of flop down, release the head, take the chin towards the chest, and let your body be here for a moment. You can reach around and grab behind your legs, say. Grab at the ankles, under the feet, stay at the knees or the shins. Wherever you are, just let yourself be there. Sometimes for people that get really tight in the hip flexors, it's just a matter of coming from child's pose and then releasing the head down. I think everybody here is disappeared, so I see that you all have gotten far down. But if you, say, for example, can't go farther than your knees, then the only thing different than you're doing from child's pose is like releasing down from here, but you're still here. Some people can't like get down, and that's not the point. Like, it's just about finding relaxation here. If the body kind of goes bloop down, we'll stay here for another 2 minutes. So I'll just kind of shut up here and you can just enjoy finding that same deep breath. Take the breath in through the nose and out from the mouth. Now use your feet, right? Use your feet, use your feet, use your feet. Send your head forward. We're not so much concerned with what the arms do, but allow the shoulders to rotate back. And then maybe you want to take a nice reach up to the ceiling, grab at a wrist or pull all the way up. Totally up to you. What you do here is more about just getting the length from the spine. So even if you're just here lifting, then we're gonna come back down into it. So you're gonna allow your arms to release, come down onto your lap or to your side, send your chest forward. So again, I'm gonna kind of turn to the side, because as your arms come down, your chest scoops forward, and then you're back in this positioning. Chin tucked under the chest, maybe arms grab behind the legs, maybe arms resting here, down, somewhere here. And then again, press into the feet, head forward, collarbone comes up, shoulders rotate up and back, reach up, look up, use your feet. And exhale, release, send the chest, heart forward, and let the head come down. We'll only do one more of these. If you need a break, you can obviously always stop. But at your own timing here, inhale, come on up, reach up, look up, take the stretch. So we call this like a little baby back bend, because you're not so much reaching up, but you start to arc back. See how I'm getting this arc back? We do a lot of like back bending stuff, where if you're close to a wall behind you, you might even want to like tap the wall. And then come back forward here. Now we're gonna lengthen through our knees. So if your knees are together, walk them wide. Reach up here and start to come over. Doesn't matter which way you go. Just reach. Nice. Here, at the chest, at the heart, at the shoulders, up, wherever you are, breathe and just arc over. Come on back through center here. And we're actually gonna take our hands into our heart. So what I want you to do, and this is gonna be a couple different options, you can fully interlock. You can straight hand it. Your fingers can extend all the way out, straight hand it. You can fully interlock, or you can hold a fist over. The idea of hands together is not so much about the fingers, right? We want to touch this part of our hand to the other part of our arm somewhere, right? So if you're cupped here at a fist, fingers extended, or full on interlock, it usually takes me a second to get there. But then once you're there, we're gonna do a few things. So stay right here. Press the palms together. Send the breath into the belly. And if you haven't already begun, start to find a little wrist flexion. So notice here, when we all come here, we're generally very high, right? We're like under the chin, or more right here where you would wear a necklace. We want to kind of drop down into our sternum, right? So my wrist gets really tight here and kind of angry with me sometimes for doing this, but I kind of lever it over and then come down into the heart. So find that middle position, press the palms together, draw the feet all the way together, knees together if you can, and close your eyes. This is a really good meditative position. You're creating like a loop of energy, touching the hands. Sometimes the mind gets really quiet here. Just notice that. Now again, I'm gonna turn to the side. Y'all stay where you're at. We're gonna find chair pose, which is our next pose here after sun salutations. Slightly coming forward and holding. So just from straight back to slightly forward and hold. It's a lot harder than you might think it is to just inch the body a little bit forward, hold, and find this same lift right through the forearms. Then go on back to center and take a little twist. Just as much as you can. Might feel nice. Sometimes I tell people to imagine that their hands are playing like a push and pull game. Like your one hand is gonna push against the other hand and then come the other way and push against the other side. All right, now we're back in center here and we're gonna take our feet to the outside of our chair legs. And we're gonna do one little stretch here for the arms and then move into the next few poses here. So you're gonna start to do this guy. Extend forward. Yeah, and by all means, stay in a twist. Like if you get to something and you're like, oh, that's nice. Stay there a second. Here, then you'll start to go forward. So extending the arms like you're opening a book out and then bringing them back into the heart. And then out. And then into the heart. And then the next time you go out, you're gonna come as far forward to touch your elbows to your thighs and then start to reach down. Extend your elbows out as much as you can. You can take a full-on fold and like drop the head if that feels nice. But basically what we're gonna do here is we're gonna inhale, come on up, reach as far as we can up, and then draw back down into the heart. And then we're gonna do that again, right? So it's kind of like this loop of like up, down, through. It's like a circle, right? So we're gonna do that 2 more times, right? Coming forward, elbows down, start to extend, down. Nice job, Billy. Down. Drop the head only if you want to, right? Sometimes the knuckles touch the floor. Sometimes they're really far. Totally doesn't matter. See if you can't block the elbows out and make your elbows say hi to each other, your elbow creases. Then go ahead, press into the feet and come up. And slowly down. Let yourself rest. We're gonna do one more, right? Everybody looks good. So take your time, forward to here. Then the arms start to slide down the thighs, elbows straighten out. And if you can get your elbows to say hi to each other, the elbow creases, that is just a deep rotation of the shoulder. So maybe play with that a little. Exhale. Send the arms forward, trying to keep the elbows locked out if you can, and come straight up. If the elbows bend, then the elbows are gonna bend in, then that's fine. But if you can lock the elbows out, keep the arms straight and reach straight up and find that little bit of an arc back. And exhale, release to the heart. Hands at the heart, and we're just gonna rest. That's it, 3. These are kind of like a lot. Get tired, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot. So give yourself a rest here. We can take our arms down, take our feet in, move our head, move our shoulders around. We're gonna get into our final poses here. Time. Yes, perfect. All right, so next poses here, warrior 1, warrior 2, goddess, and extended side angle. So we'll come into warrior 1 by Not standing up, I'm just moving my thing down so that you can see my feet. We're gonna find a basic warrior one positioning here by stepping our right foot forward and drawing our left foot back. We're thinking of like roads on the, like lines on the road. Your feet are in two different lanes. I'm trying to think of what the word is, right? And then you're seated upright, and same thing, find your sits bones. Move your pelvis around. We do this so that we can find movement in the pelvis and allow the spine like more space to be free. Often the pelvis like is tight, hips are tight, everything is like holding tension here. So really just allow that right hamstring to find a little bit of relaxation with that right foot forward, left foot back. Take your hands onto your lap and start to extend forward here. Doesn't matter which way you do it, palms together. I kind of hold a thumb in my affected hand and then come up, but you'll come up and then arc back. Warrior one, right? Look up, breathe, and then slowly start your descent. Coming down, take your hands onto that right shin. Right shin, right shin. Draw your nose towards your right shin. Exhale your breath. Let's do one more of those. So extend forward, come on up, arc back, look up, draw down onto that back heel, and draw down onto your front foot. Start to come forward, reach towards the front shin, and release the head, almost like you're gonna nose to knee it, right? This is kind of like a variation of our humble warrior pose. Walk the hands up the shin to the knee and come up with a straight back. We'll switch our feet out and go to the opposite side. Back heel pressing down best as you can. Sometimes that Achilles is real tight and the heel lifts, which is okay, but try to get as grounded as you can. And then this foot is a little forward just to give that hamstring a little relief. Right, and just sit, find the sits bones. Pelvis is maybe different on one side than the other. Notice that. Breathe, and then start to build your pose. So you can come, say, perhaps here. Reach forward, come on up, go on back. And then slowly exhale, find the hands onto the shins for humble warrior. Walk the hands up the shin, bring the back up, slide the foot forward. We're gonna move right into warrior two. Next week, I was kind of planning on talking through some standing variations, but if you feel like you're getting to a point where you wanna do these standing, stand and try the same thing, because they're the same poses. I'll kind of talk us through warrior two seated, but it's the same standing, right? So remember our warrior two is 1 foot forward and 1 foot out. So we're gonna start in our goddess legs, right? And then draw the other foot out to the side here. Then maybe this is gonna extend. Wrong foot there, right? And then, so set it up, right? If you're standing, I'm gonna show you really quick, just kind of a nice, hold on. I don't think I can get my head and my body in it, but hi. So same thing, left foot forward. If we're starting in a goddess, like a wide leg, left foot forward, right foot turns out so that the knee is turned out to the side, right? Then you're dropping into this knee, extending this leg, arms come up. Breathe. Straighten the front knee, heel toe your feet back together. Go to the other side. Left foot out, right foot forward. Draw down onto that front knee. Extend the back leg. Reach. Gaze is over the front arm. Straighten the front knee. And heel toe. Nice job, Ralph. Heel toe the feet together. I was saying that next week, I think we'll do a whole like standing thing. This week I hadn't planned on it, but warrior two, people, right? Warrior two. One leg is straight. One knee is bent. You're in this positioning, looking this way. Palms are both down. Hands don't come higher than the shoulder. I would be more concerned with hands coming higher than the shoulder than say lower than the shoulder, right? So you could be here and still get this. This is the pose, right? The arms don't matter. It's just this. Front knee bent. You notice how my body took it to here into a lunge to start with? That's because that's generally what's familiar to the body. That is not warrior two. Warrior two is front knee bent, torso this way. See how I'm like rotated this way? So you're not.
I think we lost Rachel.
Sorry guys, my internet dropped out and I lost y'all for a second. I'm back though. We were doing the warrior two, right? Yeah, so the final Billy is like, yes, yes, yes. I don't know about y'all, but it's really hot where I'm at and our power has been like going on and off, so it's kind of annoying. But if you've done warrior two and you feel like you've kind of satisfied that itch to get that, I was talking about the torso coming this way, because it's kind of like you're being squeezed in between a pane of glass, two panes of glass, right? Anyways, last pose is going to be the goddess pose. So you can do this seated or standing. I kind of like it both ways. We'll show it both ways though. So goddess pose is our wide, it's like this, right? Wide, hips down, knees wide, arms up, right? So you can be here, get as wide as you can. You can go to the chair legs or to the chair outside the chair legs, right? If you want to be really wide. Let's sit. If you're standing, you're doing the same thing, just standing, maybe a little more narrow. Drop your butt down, right? So if you're standing, you're kind of doing this guy, like down and up. Down and up, because the goddess is in the down, hips down, relaxed, arms up, and maybe arms just say perhaps here. Shoulders wide, wide, relaxed. Close your eyes here and take a full deep breath. Now I like to throw this in just because it's a nice pose, but the final pose is a wide leg forward fold. So I'm gonna demo this standing and seated because we can use our chairs 2 different ways. So you can be here and from goddess, find that rotation here into the center of the thighs. Then go back. Do that a couple times. Try if you can to just keep the spine really straight now, like it's like a table. And it's just slowly levering down in between the thighs. And then slowly levering up. I like this side of like the sound effects, right? So what we're doing here is we're building into that nice deep fold. So when you want to come forward, bring your elbows forward of the knees or in between the thighs, and then start to come down. If you're standing doing this, it's kind of a neat way to do this with the chair. It's facing you. Say perhaps you have a pillow on the chair seat to make it more comfy. Legs are wide. You're doing this guy, forward and back, forward. Keep your knees bent. Reach the spine forward, flat back, come up. Come forward, and then you find somewhere to rest, right? Forehead down. Straighten the legs out if you can. And be here. We'll be here for like 30 seconds. So exactly. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. And just breathe, right? Make sure you're breathing. Nice. Flowy breaths. I would say that what we don't want to do here is hold the breath. So just be mindful of where your breath is going exactly. And now when we start to pull up here, think about engaging the core. Walk the hands to the shins, straighten through the back, and come on up. Hey, Winnie.
Hi.
Come on up to seated here, kind of back in that wide leg pose or just back to standing. And now we'll find Shavasana. So if you perhaps want to lay down on the floor, I would say go ahead and lay down on the floor, maybe even put your calves up on the seat of the chair for a comfy relaxation, lay down on the couch. If not, just back against the chair, legs extended. I'm close enough to the wall, I can rest my head, which is nice. And then just close your eyes. You joined us just for Shavasana, Winnie, I love that. Finishing this cycle with another 3 full belly inhales, right? That's what I talk about, the belly expanding. on the in breath. 3 more. And you can slowly either come over to the side or slightly sit yourself up. Give your feet a little groundedness, and we'll just take our hands into our heart here, closing our eyes, letting the practice kind of seal up here. Chanting just 1 round of Om, the word Om. Keeping in mind though that word Om is actually AUM, so it's gonna come out of the mouth like a kind of like those 3 syllables we did at the beginning, right? So cleanse the breath, shake the head around. On your next exhale, we'll chant Om. Beautiful. Namaste, guys.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.
Awesome job, guys. Nice work. Nice work. I love all the different variations happening. That's really cool, right? To see all the different levels of where we're kind of at.
Yeah.
Maybe they listened to me and made it their own practice.
Maybe they listened to Ralph's intro. They made it their own practice. Yes, sir. It's a powerful thing to have these classes happen because it's such a safe place for people really to just explore their own body's movement without feeling bad about it or without feeling like you can't do something or even feeling like you want to do more. You know, you kind of just have to allow yourself to be where you are, and the progression happens when it happens. And when you feel like, hey, I want to stand up and do this instead, then stand up and do that, because that's the body telling you that like you're ready to do that, which is just so cool. I just had to say that, like, I just think it's very cool. So thank you all for coming very much, very much, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do all you can with what you have, in the time you have, in the place you are. Do all you can. Do all you can.